I think that the differences between the, let's say, preconciliar Mass and the postconciliar Mass are often exaggerated.
Yeah.
The differences are, I mean, in the grand scheme of liturgy, they're quite minor. Arguably, the biggest difference are the offertory prayers.
Yeah.
But I mean, the canon, the anaphora, the Roman canon is essentially the same. The words of consecration are essentially the same. Many people don't realize that, for example,
Mm-hmm.
that there was a phrase inserted into the words of institution uh, in the, I think it was the Middle Ages. They were in the 1962 Missal. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the words, the mystery of faith.
Yeah.
Did you know that those got into the words of consecration in the
Oh,
1962
I don't
Missal?
think I realized that they did that.
Right, and of course,
Mm-hmm.
since the words were usually spoken inaudibly, you'd have to be reading the Missal in Latin to
Yeah.
notice that. But Jesus never said the mystery of faith as recorded in the upper room, right? And so I cannot tell you precisely when and where those words got inserted, but in 1962 Missal, you'll see those there, and then they were extracted back out. So it's just the words of Christ from the Last Supper. Now those are, but
Right.
there's a little, for example. How
Oh,
did I
yeah.
get off on that? I don't know, but
The real presence of Christ, hidden under the appearance of the host, is truly the mystery of faith. And that's why, in the words of consecration, of all the Catholic rites of Mass, you have the Ukrainian Catholic rite, you have the Greek Catholic rite, you have all these 17 other Catholic rites of Mass besides our own Roman rite. Only in the Roman rite, in the words of consecration, are the words in parentheses usually Mysterium Fidei, mystery of faith. Those words are not in Scripture. Those words are so old, all agree that it was St. Peter himself who put that in the words of consecration of the Holy Eucharist, in the precious blood, the mystery of faith. You know, one of the changes in Vatican II was to take those out. And after they have the consecration in Vatican, in the new Mass, what's the first thing they say? They turn to the cantor or the lector on the side who says, Christ, let us proclaim the mystery of faith. Right? Christ has died, Christ is risen, Christ will come again. That's not the mystery of faith. That was put in there to appeal to Protestants because they hate the Holy Eucharist, the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist. They hate that. And the mystery of faith is the consecration of the body and blood of Christ on the altar at that moment. But in the new Mass, they completely turn away from that and say, He has died, He is risen, He will come again. That's the Protestant mystery of faith. That's why that's in the new Mass.